What's up, Buttercups? Hope you guys are having the most golden day on planet Earth ever. In this video, we are going to be taking the Datsun 280ZX on a road trip. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
What's up, Buttercups? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. You join me on a road trip in the Datsun. It's so loud, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but I probably should have towed the car, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna drive it. And so I'm driving it from LA to Kentucky, about 2,000-ish miles. So about, 2,000-ish miles, plus all the stops I'll do. And yeah. I really pray it doesn't break down, because I was supposed to get AAA yesterday, but I tried to get it and I think they were like offline, or they had some server maintenance to do, and long story. But I'm on my way. There's a ski box on my roof. It is terrifying. I'm doing 75 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour. And yeah, let's chug along. I'll stop or update you guys at our first stop, which is probably gonna be a gas station. But yeah, so far so good. I've been driving for about four hours now. No issues. I love this car, and I've gotten so many thumbs up from people. It's so weird. And yeah. Oh, I love this thing. Okay, let's go. I need to drive.
As you guys can see, the suspension got so low because of all the weight that, again, it bottomed out, and as I was driving on the road, I was hitting the inner fender well and it was scraping off the tire. So you guys can see a bunch of tires here. Like, look at this one, a ton of tires. So it was literally just eating itself. And it's the same on both sides. So yeah, it's literally just eating itself. The interior of the Datsun is so small, and so I didn't really get any room, but I made it 2,000 miles.
So earlier I was talking to you guys like I was actually still in LA, but this is actually from Kentucky. Surprise. So, well, the car actually made it like a champ. Drove through literally all sorts of weather. Summer, snow, winter, fall, everything. And it made it in one piece. And it was a little bit terrifying because there's some things in this car that do not work. For example, the speedometer does not work. The temperature gauge, which is very important, does also not work. So it was definitely very terrifying driving this thing 2,500 miles from Los Angeles to here. But I made it in one golden piece, and I couldn't be more excited. And I'm so thankful. But it also had its bumps and bruises, and I'll talk to you guys everything that I experienced. So, as I mentioned before, I'm just gonna show you guys inside the car. So, again, look, the temperature gauge. Oh no, that's the gas gauge. The temperature gauge does not work. The speedometer also does not work, and so that created some problems. And so for speedometer things, I kind of used Waze, and that was not too bad. And yeah, this dashboard is also holding up perfectly well. It looks amazing, and the car actually did so well. The ski box though, the ski box was the MVP. And one thing I also forgot to mention is, so I actually did not know this, but the wheel bearings were actually bad on the rear of the car. This wheel bearing was terrible. It was really bad, and it was a disaster, because I am so thankful that I made it in one piece from Kentucky, from Los Angeles to Kentucky. Oh my goodness. Because the wheel was kind of like, this wheel was more cambered out and it looked kind of weird, and when I would go over bumps, it would literally feel like this wheel wanted to fall off. But I made it in one piece, thank you God. So that was one thing that when I took it to the mechanic shop to ask them what was wrong with the car, I thought maybe it was like the coilovers, something wrong with the coilovers, or and it's an alignment. But they were like, no, like your wheel literally almost fell off. So very thankful to God for that I was safe through the whole thing. My coilovers were actually scraping the ground. Like I almost couldn't drive the car anymore because the coilovers were too low. So I actually had to jack up the car, put the old massive suspension on it, and it actually works now, or worked. And so yeah, but the only problem with that is the car was still so heavy that even the old suspension was pretty much, yeah, the springs were useless pretty much. And so I just drove the entire time by fingers crossing the whole thing and just like scraping, because the car would bottom out when I hit massive bumps, and it was the most terrifying thing ever. The car would dance all over the road, and imagine that happening for like 5,000 or 6,000 times while driving. And that actually caused something else, which I'm going to show you guys real quick. So if you guys look up in there, you guys probably, oh, you can't see it, dang it, you can't see it. Okay, you maybe can, but there's a bunch of scrapage that happened there because again, it was bottoming out, hitting the floor, scraping the massive tires. And so I actually swapped the front tires for the rear tires because you would see they're actually kind of eaten. I don't think you guys can see them, but they're kind of eaten by the rear, by all the scrapage that happened in the back. And also it just sustained some damage. Like the exhaust, my exhaust literally fell out. The main exhaust, it's almost touching the floor now. So I probably should get a custom exhaust, which I need to do. But the main pipe of the exhaust actually fell out. That's inside the car, and so this one is about to fall out soon. So, but minus that though, the car handled everything else like a champ. I was thinking maybe even these mirrors were gonna fly out at like 75 to 80 miles per hour, but no, it made it perfectly. I literally could not see anything out the back, but the mirrors helped because I could see from the side. Because if you guys saw the video, the car was completely filled up from like the whole brim, and so I couldn't see anything if I even looked in my rear view mirror or looked inside this mirror. So these mirrors were so helpful, and yeah, I could see because of them, because they're not placed by the side of the car, because literally all around me was full. But yeah, the car made it in one piece. I've been driving this thing now as my daily driver for a little bit, and it is killing it pretty much. It's winter time, and I'm probably not gonna ever drive this in the snow, but I don't know. You never know. I might just want to do a little bit of donutty boys in the snow. But I have talked too much, dudes. That's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching this golden video. In the next video, I'm actually gonna do a full tour of the car because there are some things that I did to the car, not just preparing it for the journey, but also just modifications to things. I'll give you guys a list of everything I've done to the car in the next video, from start to finish, all the custom things that I've done to the car, including all the body work and everything. So you guys want to stay tuned for that. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys liked this video. I will see you guys in the next Golden Drive. I love you. My name is Elvis, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe because it helps me and it helps grow the channel and helps other people to see things like this. And again, I had no experience in fabrication or anything before I started this car, but I just was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And I think it turned out great. It might not be to everybody's taste, but I love it. So yeah. I will leave my Instagrams below. Go to the Golden Drive on Instagram and what's it called? Follow me on Instagram if you want to see more updates to this car, because there are so much more that I have planned. Hint, engine swap. But we're gonna talk about that later. In the next video, we'll go over the whole car, a tour of the car. So that's pretty much it, guys. Bye and have a golden day. Love you. Bye.